So I'm about to fit this new neck to the old body, and I'm going to have to make a couple of changes, obviously, because the dimensions of this neck at the heel are slightly different from the old one. That's why I made the new neck, because I needed new dimensions. So I'm going to have to reroute the neck pocket slightly larger, and I want to forget that I ever put those holes there, because they're designed around those old screws and the bushes, and I would rather not use that method of joining the neck to the body. I want to use the threaded inserts. So everything here is going to be a different size. The whole location will be slightly different. I won't be able to do anything about that one, but that's okay. I'll leave that there. So I need to fill those, and fortunately I have just the tool to do it. I have a plug cutter of exactly that diameter, 15 millimeters, and I have a piece of very closely matching tortilla. It doesn't look like it's matching now because that body is oiled, obviously. So I will thickness this to make it nice and tidy, and cut those plugs out and fill those. It's kind of like getting a fresh start. So I'm using this dowel plug cutter to cut out 15 millimeter plugs of the same wood. And what I've found is that it's difficult to just cut out one and then to try and extract it from the end of the cutter. What I'm doing is cutting out heaps of these, and it pushes the wood up through the cutter to this opening where they just fall out, which is handy. And you'll notice that I'm cutting out a lot more than 4. The reason I'm doing that is so that I've got the pick of quite a few different, well, subtly different grains, so I can choose those that best match the hole that I'm trying to fill. I'm just sanding the tops and bottoms of these plugs flat and smooth. I'm thinking about what kind of glue I will use to put them in. I may go for an epoxy. I'm just thinking out loud here. A regular wood glue would do the job, and epoxy might fill any gaps a little better. Let's see. So we've got one of these tubes, well, it's really 2 tubes of epoxy glue, which you mix once you've squirted it out. It isn't the most economical way of buying epoxy, obviously. It comes in a small tube like this. But if you're just using it for a one-off like this, then who cares? It's possibly more than I need, but the thing's just about empty, and I hate having things that are almost empty. Okay, oh, one other thing I should do as well is tape up the holes on the other side so that I don't waste the stuff by having it simply drip through. Now I'm just doing the small ones at the moment. I've ordered a larger 20mm plug cutter for that larger recess, so that'll have to wait. I don't like waiting, but you know, it can't be helped sometimes. Putting in a significant blob, you know, which is going to be a little bit more than I need, but it's better to have too much of this stuff. Oh, no, I'm making a real mess. It's okay, I'm going to have to sand anyway. Better to have too much of this stuff filling up all the space and then sanding some of it away than not having enough to do the job. And it looks like what was left was a perfect amount. Now I'm just going to get a messy finger here, filling the whole recess with glue. Okay, now to pick. They're all very similar looking, and the grain is pretty uniform, so I'm probably not going to have any issues matching it. Yeah, well, matching it close enough anyway. Possibly I could have used with a little bit more epoxy to fill in all the gaps, but I don't have any more. I may get some more actually, just for the purpose of coming back and squeezing it into those gaps. That may be a prudent thing to do. Okay, let's see if just now with the sander I can make that look a bit more respectable. Alright, that's coming along okay. As I said I would before, I'll just pop out now, get a little bit more epoxy. There's a little bit to fill there, but the big one is there and I just don't have any more right now. Okay, so I got some more two-part epoxy glue. Clearly there's more than I need sitting on the surface there. That is intentional, so that when it cures and goes hard I can sand it back and there will be no indentations where those circles are. It'll be nice and flat and smooth. There will be a bit of a delay here because that's the largest plug that I can produce at the moment, because I have a 15 millimeter plug cutter and a 10 millimeter plug cutter. The 15 millimeter plug cutter is what I used here, but that recess has a diameter of 20 millimeters. So I ordered a 20 millimeter diameter plug cutter today, but it's coming from China, so it'll take a couple of weeks to get here. I suppose I could go on with other things like routing out the pocket. Yeah, I guess I'll have to do that. Alright, onwards and upwards. The next thing that I need to do is reroute the neck pocket to make it slightly wider to accommodate the new neck. The problem after all is that the neck wasn't quite wide enough, especially at the heel. Now, it's easy to get this right when there are no pickups and no bridge already on there, because you can install the neck and then just use the neck to decide where these things need to go. What I'm going to have to do now, because I've already got pickups installed, remember the bridge is going to move, so that's not so crucial, but the pickups are. So what I'm going to have to do now is make sure that I route the pocket and install the neck in such a way that it aligns properly with those pickups. I'll do that in the next video.